So we are the Team Teamers. This is our presentation on programming the ABB robot for painting. I am Nate Anderson. I am the leader of the team. I facilitated meetings and take lead on technical work.
Recorder, I wrote things down discussing the meeting.
I'm Akeem Mucker. I'm the gatekeeper, and I make sure all the members are on task during the meeting and participating.
So for the background of this project, we were tasked with investigating robotic painting and its potential impacts on the art world. We noted a lot of similarities to additive manufacturing. And we also wanted to learn about the practicality of robots painting things and what kind of paintings could be realistically produced using robotic painting. Previously in this class, we've programmed a toolpath for the ABB robot to draw a block M. And for this project, we used Fusion 360 to design the penholder. We used Simplify 3D to generate an initial G-code or toolpath for additive manufacturing of that part, and used ArcWelder to finalize the G-code and make it a little bit nicer. We had a very similar goal to the initial project with this one, but we were starting from scratch, so we didn't have any initial design to work off of or an existing penholder. But because it was still very similar, our programming strategy from the first project could basically be reused. Again, because this is a very similar task to the first project where the robot just has to trace a continuous outline. However, with this project, our outline didn't start at the origin, which means that we had to use a vertical hop so it didn't contact the paper too early and didn't draw a line from the lower left corner of the whole square to our first point on our outline. Our strategy for programming, like the first project, was we generated a single move command in the robot simulator, and then used an external text editor to copy and paste that, and changed the X and Y coordinates that it moved to every time. We started with a 10mm move up to avoid tracing a line from the origin to our first corner, and then used a move J command at the start and end of the program to enter and leave the workspace safely.
Started out by orienting the ABB robot with the pen attached. We ran it once with P10 hovering above just to make sure that the code ran how we initially wanted it to run, and we also ended up running it twice at different speeds. The pen is doing the drawing. You can see on the right our actual drawing versus the design of what we wanted, and we can I'll mention a few of the problems after the video runs. Okay, so problems with our lab. We programmed the robot to raise up 10mm as its first movement and then travel in a straight line. The problem with our lab is that you can see there's drift from the start. You can see the line to the left. That was because instead of going straight above the starting point and going down, we had the pen travel in a diagonal line towards it, and that caused the pen to make contact with the paper before you wanted it to. You can also see, due to the pen holder not being as sturdy as we would have wanted it to, a lot of the corners and edges are rounded due to drift and friction caused by the paper.
So now we're talking about the social science, and with the social science, most of it is that robots will affect ours going forward. The main problem is being that robots will be able to compete with artists, and they have kind of a big advantage in the fact that they can be more perfect than a human artist, and they don't need breaks, so they can be more efficient than human artists. And because of their perfection and efficiency, human artists are just going to struggle matching quality and production. So it's going to be just kind of a battle between human artists and robots over what people want, if people are willing to deal with the imperfection and lack of time and quality from humans compared to that of robots. Then human artists may have a chance and there will be a market for them, but if not, then it's kind of just gonna leave human artists out to dry in terms of artistic drawings. And also going for talking about what we learned, and we learned about programming robots by hand is tedious and time consuming. and that an automated programming tool would be required. Also know that lots of data is needed to capture the intricacies of a drawing, and the paintbrush holder design matters, as if your holder design is not good, then the drawing would not come out right, as ours came out with a lot of sloppy rounded corners. For future ideas, we want more colors, as a lot of drawings have more than just a simple color. And we want more complex design because, again, a lot of drawings have more than just straight lines across the board. And we also want to import existing art into the program automatically so that we can just replicate cool stuff in different drawings.